Okay friends, so in the previous lecture we have discussed the types of the negative feedback, voltage series feedback, voltage shunt feedback, current series feedback, current shunt feedback, and in that case we have discussed that what is the effect of a negative feedback on a input and output resistance of the amplifier. Today we will discuss a practical circuit of a current series feedback. We are going to discuss all the four types of the circuit, but today we will discuss what is a practical circuit for a current series feedback. So let us see again what is the current series feedback. Here, if you look at this, the last time already explained this block diagram. So here we have this kind of a internal amplifier. This is my feedback network which provides a feedback of k times, and current series feedback means whatever the output current is there, we are taking the fraction of the output current. Here the output current of the amplifier is flowing in this way. This is the output current, and this current is passing through a feedback network. Then here in the feedback network, so simply if we see the network, then it consists of a simple resistance. If you have this kind of a resistance, then this current will pass through the resistance and coming back. So the current will pass through the resistance and coming back to the output of this. And whatever the voltage is going to be developed across this, that voltage is known as my feedback voltage. And this feedback voltage is in series with your input voltage of the amplifier. So here we can say it is a current series feedback. So this is a block diagram of the current series feedback. Again try to understand that whatever the output of the amplifier current is there, this current will pass through a feedback network. In our case, the feedback network is simply a resistance, and then it will again come back to the output. Then due to this current, whatever the voltage will be produced across the resistance, that voltage is known as a feedback voltage. This feedback voltage is in series with the input voltage, therefore it is called a current series feedback. Now for this kind of the circuit, we will discuss what is the feedback factor K. What is the feedback factor K? What is the gain of the amplifier after the feedback, and what is the input resistance of the amplifier after the feedback. So we will find out the property of this kind of the amplifier circuit. Now let us see what is a practical circuit. Now look at this circuit diagram. So this is a practical circuit of a current series feedback. Now we should know how it is a current series feedback. If you look at this circuit diagram, then you will find this is nothing but simply it is a common emitter amplifier. Common emitter amplifier is there, and already you know in this circuit that resistance R1 and R2 is providing a biasing. Then the resistance RL, that is my load resistance, and whatever the resistance RE is there. So basically here RE is used for the stabilization, bias stabilization. But in this circuit, it is working as a feedback network. RE is my feedback network. How it is a feedback network? So it is an example of a current series feedback. Current series feedback means the fraction of the output current. So where is your output current here? So if you look at this circuit, then the current is coming out from the power supply, then it is passing through the load resistance, then it is passing through the transistor, and then it is going to pass through a resistance Re. And this current here it is called a collector current. And when it is coming out from the emitter, then here we call this as a emitter current. So basically emitter current consists of a base current and the collector current. So this is my output current. In this output current is passing through a feedback network. So where is the feedback network? This is the feedback network. And when this current passes through this resistance, it produces the voltage, potential drop. So where is the potential drop? Here, whatever the voltage is produced across this, and this voltage we call this as a feedback voltage. Now this feedback voltage is in series with my input voltage here. So Vi dash, remember what is Vi dash and what is the Vi? Vi is a input voltage for the feedback amplifier, and Vi dash is the input voltage. Sorry, my mistake. What is Vi? Vi is a input voltage for the feedback amplifier. And what is Vi dash? Vi dash is the input voltage for the internal amplifier. So now this feedback voltage Vf and the Vi dash both are in series. So we can say this circuit is an example of a current series feedback. So again, that output current is a collector current. It is passing through a feedback network Re, and it produces the voltage Ve, which is in series with my input voltage of Vi dash. So it is a current series feedback. Now if you remember that in a common emitter amplifier, normally we are connecting a one capacitor parallel to the Re. Remember. So what is the function of the capacitor? So basically in that case, that RECE combination is providing a DC biasing. What is a DC bias? DC biasing means what? That here it will provide a proper bias voltage between the base and emitter, so that the collector current will remain stable. And here in this case, what is the function of the capacitor? So here whatever the current is flowing, that current is a combination. Remember, that current is a combination of a AC current and DC current in an amplifier. So here by putting this capacitor, whatever the AC current is there, this AC current is passed through this capacitor. Only the DC voltage is there, and this DC voltage, whatever is produced, that voltage is used for the stabilization. So in a common emitter amplifier, we use this capacitor to bypass the AC. Means there is no feedback. Only the feedback is of a DC. But we are talking about a feedback of the AC. And that's why if you want a feedback, then you have to remove this capacitor. So when the capacitor will be removed, then here the voltage will be a AC and DC. That voltage, AC voltage, this AC voltage will be combined with the input voltage Vi dash. And here in this case, your input voltage is going to decrease. Here we will find out what will be the gain of the amplifier. But you should remember that common emitter amplifier without capacitor is an example of a current series feedback. Correct? Now the same circuit we can draw in a simple way. So if you draw it in a simple way, then it is very easy to find out the parameter of the circuit. So what is the simple circuit? So in that case, we are not going to draw a biasing resistance or a coupling capacitor, that is known as an equivalent circuit. Actually, it is not an equivalent circuit, but we can say it is a kind of a simplified circuit. So let us see a simplified diagram. Remember, the same thing is there, but we are not mentioning the coupling capacitor as well as the biasing resistance, because when you are calculating the gain, this reactance of the coupling capacitors are too low, so it is not going to affect the gain of the amplifier. Now, if you look at in this case, then where is your output current? So your output current means it is coming out from the power supply VCC, then it is passing through the RL. Then it is going to pass through the transistor, and here we have resistance RE. So that is the output current, and this output current is going to produce this voltage across the RL, and that is the IC into RL will be there. Due to this input voltage, there will be a flow of the current here, that we can say it is a input current, or in our case, this input current is nothing but it is a base current IB. Then the voltage between the base and emitter, we can say it is a VI dash. That is the input voltage for the internal amplifier. And whatever the current is passing through the RE, that is my feedback network, and it produces this voltage. This voltage is my feedback voltage VN. Correct? So here we have simplified this circuit. Now let us see what is the feedback factor. Means if I want to change the feedback factor, then the which component I have to change. So first of all, we will see a feedback factor. And already you know, we have defined this feedback factor K. That is a ratio of a feedback voltage to the output voltage of the amplifier. And what is my feedback voltage? Here you can see that feedback voltage means this current is passing through the resistance RE, and that current is my emitter current IE. Remember, here what is the IE? IE means that base current is also passing and the collector current is also passing. So as a result, we have summation of both the things. So that is the emitter current. So this emitter current is going to produce a voltage across RE. That is my feedback voltage. So I can say it is IE into RE. What is the output voltage? So output voltage means this current is passing through this RL, and the drop across this RL is a output voltage. So this drop across this RL is minus IC into RL. Here, why it is minus? Because this is the positive and negative. So if you apply the Kirchhoff's law, it is minus, this voltage drop is minus IC into RL. Now already we know that in a transistor, that collector current and emitter current are almost same, because the emitter current consists of a collector current plus a base current. Collector current is in order of a milliampere. Base current is in order of a microampere. So we can consider that the collector current is almost equal to a emitter current, and therefore my feedback factor will comes out to be minus RE upon RL. Minus RE upon RL. So in this way the circuit is given to you, then you can find out how much feedback is provided. Let us say an example that suppose my RE is a 1 kilo ohm and the RL is, let us say RE is a 330 ohm and RL is 1 kilo ohm, then in this case the feedback factor comes out to be a 330 divided by 1000, you can say 0.33 is a feedback factor, or you can say 33% feedback, negative feedback. Here the K is negative, so minus 0.33 is there. So this much amount of the feedback is given to the circuit. So in this way you can calculate what is the feedback factor for a given circuit. Now we will find out that what is the input resistance of the amplifier. Input resistance of a feedback amplifier means we can define as RIF equal to, now according to Ohm's law, resistance is nothing but ratio of a voltage to the current. So here my input voltage is VI and my input current is II. So it is a ratio of a input voltage to the input current. But what is the input voltage? Input voltage is a series combination of VI dash and VF. So we can write that VI dash plus VF divided by II. And we can write this as VI dash by II plus VF divided by II. And already you know that VI dash by II is nothing but it is a input resistance of a internal amplifier. Remember, because this input voltage is for the internal amplifier. So if you take this ratio, it is a input resistance of the internal amplifier, and we can write this is equal to RI plus VF. Now VF is already you know that here it is a voltage drop across the RE. So here we can write IE into RE divided by now input current. This input current and my base current both are same. So I will write it as a IB. And this is equal to RI plus IE into RE. Now base current in terms of the collector current and emitter current, if I will write that the base current will be equal to a emitter current minus collector current, because IE is equal to IC plus IB. So here IB is equal to IE minus IC, and therefore the RIF therefore the RIF, my input resistance, I can write as RI plus IE divided by IE minus IC. So here, if we divide by IE, then this is equal to RE divided by 1 minus, because IE divided by IE will be 1. Now it is a 1 minus IC by IE. Correct? Now you know that IC by IE, it is also representing a current gain of the amplifier, and here it is known as the alpha. Alpha, it is a current gain of the common base amplifier, IC by IE. If it is a IC by IB, then it is a beta. Remember, it is a common emitter amplifier current gain. So here IC by IE is a alpha, and we want to represent in terms of a HFE and HIE. Remember, normally whatever the analysis we are doing, in that case we are using a H parameter. So this alpha is nothing but here it is known as HFB. Already you know that B is representing for a common base and F is a forward current gain. So IC by IE parameter is nothing but it is a HFB. But what is alpha? Alpha is nothing but it is a beta upon 1 plus beta. Correct? You know the relation between the alpha and beta. Beta is a current gain in case of the common emitter amplifier, and we always write it as a HFE. So 1 plus HFE. Again, here beta is a current gain of the common emitter amplifier. So it is a HFE upon 1 plus HFE. So here in this way, we can represent the alpha in terms of the H parameter, that is the HFE upon 1 plus HFE. So my input resistance RIF, I can write as RI plus RE upon 1 minus HFE upon 1 plus HFE. Correct? And if we simplify this comes out to be RI plus 1 plus HFE into RE. Here 1 plus HFE multiply with 1 minus HFE will be cancelled, and you will get this expression. What is RI? RI is the input resistance of a internal amplifier, and that is nothing in terms of the H parameter. If I will represent, then this RIE is nothing but it is a HIE. So 1 plus HFE into RE. So this is representing a gain of input resistance of the amplifier. Now, what is important? Here, if we have an amplifier without feedback, then the input resistance will be only HIE. But when we introduce a feedback, now this term is going to be added 1 plus HFE into RE. And that's why by applying a negative feedback, in this case, the input resistance of the amplifier is increased. So how much time it is increasing? How much time is it is going to change? So 1 plus HFE into RE is going to be added with HIE. So in a current series feedback, when we provide a feedback, then the input resistance is going to increase. Correct? This is about the input resistance. Now let us see What is the effect on a voltage gain of the amplifier? So, the standard formula for the voltage gain of any kind of the amplifier, we can write as AV is equal to AI into RL divided by RI. Remember, this formula already you have learned in a 12th standard. So, the voltage gain is the product of a current gain into a load resistance divided by a input resistance of the amplifier. So, we are not going to derive this here. Already you have learned this. Now, here in this case, means if you are talking about a amplifier without feedback, then in that case we can write AI is nothing but current gain, and the current gain of amplifier is a HFE, minus HFE actually. And what is RI? RI is a HIE. So, without feedback, if I want to write what is the gain of the amplifier, then I can say HFE upon HIE into RF. And this standard formula already you have learned when you have done a H parameter analysis of the amplifier circuit. This is nothing new. Now we want to see that due to the feedback, what is the change in a voltage gain of the amplifier? So it is very simple. Again we use the standard formula AVF is equal to AI into RL by RIF. So gain of the amplifier with feedback equal to a current gain into load resistance divided by a input resistance with feedback. And this is equal to minus HFE into RL. And already we have derived the expression for the RIF. So it is a HIE plus 1 plus HFE into RE. Correct? So this is the gain of the amplifier with feedback. You don't have to derive anything. Now you can compare. This is the gain of the amplifier without feedback. So in the denominator, we have only HIE parameter. But now, here it is a HIE plus 1 plus HFE into RE. So the denominator factor is larger in this case, and therefore we can say that AVF here, that the AVF is less than AV. Why it is less? Because the denominator we have this extra factor of 1 plus HFE into RE. So here in the current series feedback, we can say after providing a negative feedback, the voltage gain of the amplifier is going to decrease. And same way here, we can also do a kind of analysis for the output resistance. So ROF will comes out to be a 1 upon HOB. Remember, output resistance with feedback, if you do the analysis, it will be approximately 1 upon HOB. Now value of the HOB is very small. So if you calculate this value of the resistance, which will be in order of a mega ohm. So here the output resistance of this amplifier is going to increase, input resistance of the amplifier is going to decrease. Correct? And this is an important theory, exam point of view. Correct? You can have a question like this: draw a circuit of a current series feedback and find out the feedback factor, gain of the amplifier, input resistance, and the output resistance of the amplifier. Now let us see one example related with this. You can read this example. That in a current series amplifier, means whatever the circuit we have discussed, in that case the transistor has a HAP is equal to 50, HIE is equal to 1 kilo. So whenever the problem is given, first of all we have to write down the data what is given to you. So here the HAP is equal to 50, then HIE is 1 kilo ohm and RL is 1 kilo ohm and RE is a 100 ohm. Calculate the following. The gain AE, if RE were adequately bypassed and the RL. Okay? Means you have to find out the gain of the amplifier without feedback. Correct? And what is the formula for this? Gain of the amplifier AV. Correct? It is a AI into RL divided by RI, and this thing is we can write as HAP into RL divided by HIE. This is the gain of amplifier without feedback, and here HAP is given 50 multiplied by RL is a 1 kilo ohm, means 1000 ohm, and HIE is also a 1000. So the gain of the amplifier is 50. So we have calculated this here, and you have to find out what is RI, input resistance of a amplifier. So RI is nothing but it is a HIE, and HIE is given as a 1 kilo ohm. So input resistance of the amplifier is 1 kilo. Now second part of the example, approximate feedback factor. Correct? And what is the formula for the feedback factor? B, that is K, and already we have derived this, that is a ratio of RE by RL. Value of the RE is 100 ohm, RL is 1 kilo ohm, and therefore you can say that it is a 0.1. Correct? Or you can say a 10%. Here it is a negative sign is there, so minus 10% feedback is given. Then input resistance means now the C part. Input resistance with feedback, so RIF, and already we have calculated RIF is HIE plus 1 plus HAP into RE. So HIE is 1 kilo plus 1 plus HAP 50, and the RE is, I think so, it is 100. Okay? So direct formula we can use, and this RIF will comes out to be a 6.1 kilo ohm. that is the input resistance of a feedback amplifier. Then D part, that is the voltage gain. Voltage gain of amplifier. Okay? So again, we already calculate the voltage gain of a internal amplifier. Then we can write that the AVF is equal to HFE into RL divided by RIF. Because RIF is the HIE plus 1 plus HFE into RE. Already we have calculated. So this is equal to HFE is 50 multiplied by 1000 divided by 6.1 kilo, so 6100, and you will get your answer AVF, that is minus 8.2. So here what you are finding, that without feedback the gain is 50, and after providing the 10% feedback, 10% feedback, gain is reduced to 8. So the D part is complete. Now the loop gain of the amplifier. How we have defined the loop gain? If you remember, that loop gain is given by K into AV, and value of the K you can put, that is a 0.1. Gain of the amplifier is 50, so loop gain will be a 5, K into AV. You have to calculate in a decibel. So if you remember, that is given by a 20 log AVF upon AV. That in a first or the second lecture, already we have defined that feedback in decibel you can calculate with the help of this formula 20 log AVF by AV, and this is 20 log AVF is my 8.2, and this is 50, and your answer will comes out to be 15.7 dB. 15.7 dB. So in the next lecture we will discuss about a practical circuit of a voltage series feedback. Remember, correct? And then we will see the another practical circuit also. But the next lecture will be related with the voltage series feedback.